moment you start having the small, subtle changes, day by day, your experience of reality begins to become heightened or changed, and that continues.
Welcome, manifestors. Self-doubt and uncertainty can sometimes cloud over our perception and manifestation of reality because the change is not happening. In this video, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about the different ways that we can create self-doubt and uncertainty in ourselves. It is important to remove that self-doubt from our thoughts to leap ahead toward our goals and desires for our lives. We often can create this resistance inside our heads for the future that we want. We become the reason that affects our growth and successfulness in our journey. Dr. Joe Dispenza discusses in today's video how to overcome those barriers and resistances that we create over a period of time. It is important to know the process and the journey that can help us reboot our personality, our thought process, and our consciousness. What is the reason that even after doing hundreds of meditation sessions, people do not find results? What isn't functioning or working inside their bodies? That leads to blocking the positive energy entering their bodies. How do we re-establish the connection that is lost between our mind and our body? And the most important question of all, what is it that we are missing inside us that we are not able to re-enter into the space that is meant for us, to lead us to the greater path?
I always say to the scientists when we make another discovery, gosh, I can't believe this is the truth. And, truth comes in just a few ways. One way is through the scientific measurements that we're doing because it's objective. But the other way it comes through is through somebody actually having the experience of that theory or that philosophy. And when you hear a story of someone's personal transformation or their healing, and it's so outside of convention, that has always been considered a miracle. And we have seen in the last 5-6 years some really profound miracles as a result of this work, because it really defies conventional beliefs. And I wanted to ask Vera to the call today because she changed me when I was in Cancun. And when I'm changed from the work, when I'm changed from seeing possibility become reality, then I want other people to become aware of it. And awareness is consciousness. And when you become conscious of something as a possibility, you can make a different choice. And I wanted to inspire hope back into people, because when I saw Vera on the stage and she told her story in Cancun, I was standing there while she was talking, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this person has a very unique genetic disorder. The probability in the annals of history of a person like this recovering their vision or getting their vision restored doesn't happen very often. I was thinking to myself, maybe what are the odds of that? 1 in a billion? 1 in 2 billion? I don't know. How many people have had it, and how much has it changed in for as long as human beings have been on the planet? And I thought, God, it's really amazing, because we had 2 people in Cancun that had significantly compromised vision and got a lot of their sight back, and they got a different experience of reality because of it. And it changed me because it showed me that the possibility for immediate change or some type of change in even the most difficult circumstances or difficult and various different health conditions, that if it could happen in this person, it could happen to another person. And people only do the best with what they think is available. And if you're unaware of a possibility, you'll never make a different choice. And it would make sense then if you were working on that belief that you could heal yourself, you would have to show up every day and practice and signaling new genes and feeling those elevated emotions and creating more coherence in your heart and brain. And all of those things would be essential if you were going to produce an outcome. So you practiced every single day. And when we make the choice, and this is such an important thing for so many people, because many times people will say, oh, I believe the work really, it really can change people's lives. But when they're diagnosed now, all of a sudden, the question is, do I believe in myself? Or do I believe that I could actually do it? And this is a profound moment, because a lot of times you come up against a chronic disbelief. And even though you can philosophically say it or whatever, espouse it, now's the opportunity really for you to experience it. Now, this is a different game because it takes conviction. It takes showing up every day, relearning the information, re-experiencing, reapplying. And emotions are the end product of past experiences. And if we live by the same emotions every single day, the body is so objective that it believes it's living in the same environment that created that emotional state. And so there's nothing wrong with this. It's just that the body, in a sense, is reliving the past over and over again, and nothing can change, right? Because the body's believing it's the environment that's staying the same because the emotion is the same. So many times before a physical transformation, there is an emotional release or a change in emotional state. And when that happens, the body's relinquished, it's freed from the past. And the gene is no longer being signaled in the same way, because the epigenetic model says the environment signals the gene. The end product of an experience in the environment is an emotion. Living by the same emotion is signaling the same genes. When all of a sudden, a person gets beyond, takes the body out of the past, and it can relax into the present moment, there is a release of energy from the body, and that release of energy typically moves into the heart. And the person all of a sudden is no longer at the same level of mind, the same emotional state, the same level of consciousness as that memory of the past. And that makes a lot of room for possibility and change to begin to take place. So imagine a person being born with a slow and steady diminishing of her ability to see, and over time it gets worse, and she doesn't see faces, she doesn't see objects, she can't see at night, she sees shadows basically, but she makes up her mind that there had to be some type of thing that she could do that would begin to make a difference in her health. Now, if it was just a small chronic health condition, it would be one thing, but this is a little bit more than high blood pressure or food allergies. This is something else, because the gene being signaled in utero is more of a hardwired gene. It's more difficult to change. Like type 1 diabetes is programmed in utero from birth, before birth. So now she's making the choice, the belief. She never disbelieved. She believed that this would be the answer for her, and she shows up every day, and she'll tell you sometimes more than once a day, reviewing the information, trying to understand it so that she could really apply it and to prove to herself that she could heal herself. Now that's an enormous sign of greatness. I mean, because you believe in yourself every day, means you believe in that possibility. And in order for you to believe in that possibility, then you got to believe in yourself. And that's such a profound moment for so many people. So every day she does the work. She doesn't quit because she's not getting better. She's not asking why she hasn't been healed. She's understanding that she has to change in order for a healing to take place. She's kind of figured that out on some level. She comes to Cancun and it's her moment. I mean, it's really her moment. It's her moment where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she's getting ready to start the day, and the next thing you know, she can see her mouth for the first time. The shadows disappeared. There's some type of inward change that's causing her experience of three-dimensional reality to be transformed in some way, transformed inwardly, and the transformation that outpictures itself. And so then the next day she sees her nose. Now, what do you think the feeling is when she has these moments? I'm certain it's not depression. I'm certain it's not impatience or entitlement or frustration. I'm certain it's an enormous amount of joy that she had, that the joy was so great that the next meditation she could feel more of those elevated states. It wasn't hard for her to feel that way. So she kept feeling more of that. And then the next thing you know, she's walking and meets these people that came to the event, and they're both coincidentally ophthalmologists. That's kind of interesting. And she's having a conversation. She was saying to me, I could see for the first time the woman's eyes moving. I'd never seen eyes move like that. It was so beautiful. I could see her face. I had never seen faces before. And so now she's having some type of change that now she's in a new body. She's changing her body. She's in a new environment. She's in a whole new reality, a whole new universe in the multiverse, in a whole new dimension where she can see. And she's in a whole new future. She's not headed to some genetic outcome any longer, and the experiences that she has creates more of those feelings, and it's those feelings that then are signaling new genes in new ways. And her interaction with the quantum field and the way she surrenders to it will keep restoring more wholeness in her body. The smallest changes, and I learned this with my own injury. The moment you see some type of change, literally some type of change, or experience or feel some type of change in your body, or your experience of life, the moment some synchronicity, that signal is for you to pay attention to what you did. And do it again. And so the moment you start having the small, subtle changes, day by day, your experience of reality begins to become heightened or changed, and that continues.
Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes the need to understand oneself. He also believes that it is not just meditation that helps someone change their reality, but it is the balance that people find in that state between relaxation and the state of being completely awake. Any meditation session will only help you if you give it your all. You need to submit yourself to the power of the universe. Instead of staying connected and strangled with the past, we need to free ourselves from those past beliefs through consistent practice and determination. Once we reach that state where our mind is ready to reboot itself and get back to the original position and condition for which it was destined to become, our desires start turning into reality. We will be able to reduce the time duration between our thoughts and our reality. When we discover the unknown space for ourselves and train our minds to linger there for an extended period of time, we need to go back to that unknown place again and again, so that our connections become stronger and stronger, we will be able to get out of the self-doubt state, because then we would have provided the meaning of the actions that we are doing. The results will then always follow. Please hit the like button to remove self-doubt from your life. Subscribe to our channel for more such positive videos. We will meet you again in the next one. Till then, goodbye.